Hello, happy day 4, January 4th. We're out for a post-lunchtime walk. We're bundled up because it's cold again today, which here is in the 30s, and it's surprising how quickly your northern...
Like 76 the other day.
Yeah.
Like literally like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
But yeah, how quick your northern blood thins.
36 is cold at home too.
It is cold at home, but it's just like relatively, whereas like hit like in the 30s here, and I was like, I'm wearing everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, going for a walk. I am feeling better than I felt all day, so I'm hoping that continues. I got like super bloated and gassy after dinner. Yeah, I know. Wonderful stuff. Yeah. Kind of just like felt that way all night, and then this morning I was feeling a little better. But I have like this weird kind of like tension headache at like the base of my skull and like the top of my neck. So I asked Jessie if that's normal because she's like the headache queen.
Not a title I would love.
Yeah, I know. So that's still going on, and I don't get headaches there. I rarely get headaches.
You don't even really get headaches ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I actually rarely, for all the kind of like weird chronic health issues I've had, I actually don't even get gassy and bloated like to an extreme amount. So even that was really weird to me last night. So anyways, hoping that I had like a small lunch just to see if I would be okay with some food, not to upset my stomach or anything. So
a small lunch for him, by the way, is probably a normal human lunch.
Most likely. But yeah, what are you doing this afternoon?
I have so much work to do, and I have to work out.
Jessie's got a ton of work to do. I actually have an open afternoon, which is weird for me on a Tuesday because normally that is a client call time, or even connection calls, but between it being the first week of the year and me offboarding clients recently, I don't have anything, which is good because I'm still kind of, as I showed yesterday, I'm still kind of doing some planning stuff, making sure I'm really set up for the year and the month, and then I will probably start to find my way into actively doing some of the things I want and need to be doing, like applying for jobs and all that good stuff. So
it's beautiful out though, the sky.
It is.
It's like bright blue. But I will say, if you're from the Midwest, a sky like this in the winter, not good, because that means it's gonna be like negative 100.
Well, and that's what it was yesterday, because I trained my mom, and she was like, oh, it's so sunny in here and it's beautiful and nice, and it's 5 degrees.
Right. That's like the one thing that sucks in the winter there is like it's almost always gray, which sucks.
Yeah.
So bad if you have seasonal depression, especially like I do. But when it's like this, it's actually like terrible because it's going to be really cold. But
yeah, it is beautiful out today. No wind, which is kind of the main factor wherever you're from when it's cold. Yeah, it's really pretty nice. All right, so I did something that I'm really not proud of, but because that's part of what this adventure is for me, is sharing my journey openly and transparently, and hopefully connecting with those of you who can relate or that resonate. So be it. So I will, just share that. Is there anything worse than having to call the bank and try to get overdraft charges refunded? Because things are tight right now. And with because I am kind of like stepping back from my own business stuff and slowly transitioning out of that, or letting that trickle down to like a very, very small amount while I'm finding a full-time job, there's not a lot of things flowing into that account, but there are still things that are hooked up to it that are coming out. So yeah, so basically because I was offline for the past 2 weeks, I overdrafted a couple times on that, and so yeah, had like $100 in overdraft charges. And as you know, if you've experienced this before, when things are tight and it's hard enough to meet the demands that are being placed upon you currently, overdraft charges are really, really fucking unhelpful. So yeah, I called earlier to try to get that taken care of. I ended up getting one of the 3 refunded, but yeah, shitty, not fun stuff. Like I said, I don't like sharing this. It's not fun, but for those of you that are in or have been in a similar position, just know that I see you. It sucks, and I'm really looking forward to remedying the financial situation that we've kind of been in and out of for the past couple of years, but yeah, have visited low points at a couple different junctures here over the past couple of years. So yeah, not fun stuff, but I did what I could to take care of it, and we move forward. Then it was dinner time and just kind of the dead time around that. I ate first. We sometimes eat together, but I often get hungry earlier than Jesse does. So I had already eaten by this point, which I was nervous to because I was eating the same thing last night, and while I didn't think that was what made me sick, of course it never feels fun to go back to that, but I felt fine, thankfully. And yeah, so we just hung out. Jesse was eating, watching YouTube, and I was doing some of my studying for the jobs that I want to get, kind of brushing up on the data warehousing and business intelligence, data analytics work that I am going to be doing. While we are each kind of doing our own thing, it's nice to all be in one space as a family. I'm gonna slow-mo that one. And Super Mario Odyssey on Switch is how I ended my day. Video games is something that I used to love, but hadn't allowed myself to play a lot in my adult life because I was always too busy, had something productive to do. So it's a really nice way for me to relax. And that is our day. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow.